And there's loads of reasons. There's loads of reasons I shouldn't be on telly, right? Sometimes I say horrible things. I've got no unique selling point. Overweight, plain looking, not that funny. It's fair. But ultimately the main reason is, I think the main reason that's never happened is where I'm from. Like, I'm not bothered, but ultimately they don't let people from South Tyneside be on television, do they? That's the thing.
Sarah Millican.
What?
Sarah Millican.
Well, Sarah Millican, obviously, but she's fucking brilliant, isn't she? Of course, Sarah Millican. But other than Sarah Millican, I can't think of a single other comedian from South Tyneside who they'd let be on the telly.
Well, what about Chris Ramsey? Comedy Central seem really keen on him. They've given him his own show.
Yeah, fair enough. Chris Ramsey, you can't argue with that, right? Sarah Millican, but other than Sarah Millican and Chris Ramsey, they just don't let comedians from South Tyneside be on telly, and that's just the end of it.
Oh, what about Jason Cook?
Fair enough, Jason Cook, 2 series of a sitcom and a Christmas special, lots of other telly stuff. Very good, you know. Right, fair enough. But other than Sarah Millican, Chris Ramsey and Jason Cook, they just don't let comedians from South Tyneside be successful, and it's not fair.
And Seymour Mace.
Fair enough, Seymour Mace as well. He nearly won Best Show at Edinburgh a couple of years ago. But fine, other than Sarah Millican, Chris Ramsey, Jason Cook and Seymour Mace, there's no other comedians from South Tyneside who they let be successful, and it's just not fair.
Carl Hutchinson, he's got himself a tour, selling very well.
Fair enough, Carl Hutchinson. Carl went to my school, so I'm technically only the second best comedian from my school. But other than Sarah Millican, Chris Ramsey, Jason Cook, Seymour Mace and Carl Hutchinson, you can't possibly think of another comedian from South Tyneside who they let get on, and it's not fair.
And John Whale, he lives 2 streets away from you. He's sort of like you, but slightly clever and slightly more well-regarded.
Fuck off, Jerry Adams. Right. All right, John Whale. John Whale's brilliant. Like, he's a fucking unheralded genius. He went to my school as well, so 3rd. Right, but other than Sarah Millican, Chris Ramsey, Jason Cook, Seymour Mace, Carl Hutchinson and John Whale, there's no other comedians from South Tyneside that let be successful. What can I do?
And Keir Kyle, your own son, he's only done 5 gigs and they've already asked him to be on the radio.
Look, that's fucking true. My son did 5 gigs and they put him on the radio, right? Just because he's got good hair and you can't even fucking say it on the radio. And don't get us wrong, I was on as well, but I fucking worked for it. He just turned it and went, I'm 17, they went, that'll fucking do. And by the way, I'm not bitter, but if there's any young parents in here, people with young kids, or people who are planning on having kids one day, bit of advice from me. Right? We raised Keir very liberally. We always talk things through with them, you know, give him lots of experiences. Never once raised my hand to him, and he's grown into a swaggering arsehole. Take advice from me. I was wrong. Hit your kids. Right, but other than Sarah Millican, Chris Ramsey, Jason Cook, Seymour Mace, Carl Hutchinson, John Whale, and that little prick who won't move out, right? It's almost impossible to be a comedian from South Tyneside and become successful. It's just not fair.
Mate, I think you've forgotten the most famous one.
Don't think so.
Lots of people don't know this, but Eric Idle was actually born in South Tyneside.
Eric Idle? Doesn't ring a bell. I've never heard of him.
You know exactly who he is. Eric Idle, out of Monty Python's Flying Circus.
I don't know who they are.
Well, I think you do. Because everyone in here knows that the last 5 minutes has been a direct rip-off of their What Have the Romans Ever Done For Us
They'll never notice. They'll never notice. Shit, it's true that there's a bit in there where people are going, this lad's dead bitter, and then you go, oh no, the joke is that there's loads of them and it's all his fault. It's not fair, is it? It's not fair. I can't use the South Tyneside thing as a crutch, can I?
Turns out there's nothing holding you back at all except talent and hard work.
Bollocks, innit? It's not fucking fair, that. And I'm not moaning at you. I've got a lovely life, much better than I ever thought. Don't get us wrong, right? I wake up every morning wishing I died in my sleep. But by about noon, I'm fine.